All right. Salutations and greetings, y'all. This is Kill So Cool coming at you with another video. Today we are watching Sha'carri Richardson arrested after airport meltdown with boyfriend Christian Coleman. This video comes from River TV. Yeah. All right. Let's get into it.
Olympic sprinter Sha'carri Richardson was arrested Sunday following an alleged incident at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport.
Oh, it was at the airport. But still, yo, nah. Look like they slammed her, like straight slammed her to the ground. I don't know about that one. That look a little
Richardson,
crazy.
25,
What did
was
she
arrested
do?
for alleged domestic violence after an altercation with her boyfriend.
How? So she doing the beating. So do you like normally it's the other way around, like a dude to be arrested for putting hands on blah 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 blah. But you rarely see. I mean, you see it a little bit more now, but it's more rare. It's still rare to see a woman getting arrested for domestic violence. Let's say DV.
Fellow sprinter Christian Coleman.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just a sucky situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if like she should have been arrested.
River TV.
Your
What's up,
intro was
guys?
dope.
It's your girl River, and I'm back again with another video. So, if you guys are unaware, track runner Sha'carri Richardson was actually arrested over some kind of domestic dispute with her boyfriend at the airport. I, basically just brought the information here as well as the statement that the boyfriend left. I'm just going to go ahead and press play, pause and play, and we're going to go over this entire situation.
Olympic sprinter Sha'carri Richardson was arrested Sunday following an alleged incident at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Richardson, 25, was arrested for alleged domestic violence after an altercation with her boyfriend, fellow sprinter Christian Coleman, the athlete.
But another thing y'all gonna be like is, what did he do to make her that mad? Nah, let me stop it. All right. No, but seriously, we should never put our hands on people, more or less, like, definitely not our significant others. Please keep your hands, feet, and other objects to yourselves.
Athletic reported. The Olympic gold medalist reportedly got into a fiery argument with Coleman at a TSA security checkpoint in which the arresting officer saw Richardson shove her boyfriend multiple times as he was walking away from footage caught on security.
Okay, so at first, I was going to say, if they was just arguing, like, what are we even talking about? If they just arguing, then let them, you know what I'm saying? But I get it, they're at the airport, but, ugh. Yeah, you can't, they don't be playing about the airport stuff, bro. Yeah. I almost got hemmed up. I was about to snap on somebody, but that's another story for another day. That's another story. But yeah, you got to be careful at the airports, bro.
Security camera, per The Athletic. Richardson's offense was listed as a fourth-degree domestic violence assault. Coleman ultimately did not press charges and declined to be a victim, according to the report viewed by The Athletic. The incident landed Richardson in custody at the SCORE South Correctional Facility in Des Moines, Washington, where she stayed for just under 19 hours until she was released on Monday, according to records viewed by the Post. Richardson has been dating Coleman for over 2 years, despite the couple only making the...
I lied. So, if he declined to press charges and everything, I don't see... I mean, yeah, like, as a couple, you're gonna go through stuff. You're going to have rough patches. It's life on life, bro. But you gotta be, I would say she should have been more mindful of her surroundings, being at the airport. And you know what I'm saying? We already got a, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. y'all know we gotta take the extra step. You know, we gotta take the extra step. They already was at about, you know what I'm saying, tokey toke and everything, which was stupid. That whole situation was stupid. But anyway, you jet them airports, man. Ugh.
The relationship public in February.
Precision engineering, intelligent luxury, 7 pass.
So before we get into what he has to say, that was a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, they're obviously traveling together. But being near the TSA checkpoint and getting into some kind of altercation, knowing that in front of you are all of these.
Oh, they was at the oh no. No. They was bro. There was that
TSA agents, and I don't know about you guys, but I know when I go through TSA, I be feeling like, what is going on? Like they be yelling at you, screaming at you, take your shoes off, put them back on. Like it's a very like aggressive kind of situation.
Granted, now we can keep our shoes on though, so that's a plus.
Situation sometimes, and so to be in that kind of environment, something so serious is being mindful of what you have in your bag or how you are displaying yourself because you don't want to send off any signals.
I ain't gonna lie. Yes, I'm a yapper now. I'm a yap. Yappity yap. Dang, what was I about to say? The whole airport situation is stressful, bro. It's very stressful indeed. You gotta make sure you got everything. Don't forget nothing. Go through TSA. Really, the most stressful thing is TSA. Once you and the check-in. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. Real quick. I'm gonna make it fast. So recently, I was going home. We was going home, and we put up to the flight to the airport 1 hour before boarding. 1 hour before boarding on a delayed flight. So the flight was delayed. We got the notification that the flight is delayed. So they're not taking off on time. We get to check in and everything because we got a dog. We got to do that. And the lady at the what's the name, when we was trying to drop the luggage off, she gonna tell us that we can't board. We can't board because it's too late. Hold on. What do you mean? I'm about to start cussing. I can't, YouTube be crazy. So it's making me mad all over again. Oh my God. But how? I've never heard of this a day in my life, bro. We pulled up an hour, not 10 minutes, not 20 minutes, not 25 minutes. 1 hour before boarding. Nobody was on the plane. Nobody was on the plane yet. And you telling me you can't accept our luggage. Boy, I was about to raise some hell, bro. Ow. You can call me Hellraiser because I was... Okay. Okay, we good. All right, woosah. But yeah, long story short. Yeah. So we did not get on that flight hot. Mind you, we took an Uber there. So we had to take the Uber back. That's $100. 50 there, 60 back. $110. And then I didn't even go, oh my gosh, that ain't even in the full story. But to go home, I literally went through hell and high water. I ain't trying to make this video too long, But that's the gist of it. Went through literally hell and high water to get home for my mother's birthday. So, I mean, it was worth it seeing her smile and everything, but bro, talking about no sleep. Oh my god, bro. Anyway,
being in that situation and being completely oblivious to your surroundings, so much so that the two of you get into some kind of altercation and you are actively putting your hands on this man while all these agents are around, is a bit of a red flag. Now, I'm not sure what it was about. I'm not sure the reasoning behind that situation happening, but I just think, in my personal opinion, it lends to, when there are certain excuses instead of consequences. I think it starts to breed this certain type of nature within a lot of these modern women of I can do whatever I want to and nobody's ever going to do anything about it. I'm never going to have to face the consequences. So what? Me as the weaker vessel, I'm putting my hands on him, I'm pushing him. Who cares about it? Like, what's the worst that can happen? And
yeah, it had to be something pretty significant for her to like lose her cool like that, especially in front of all the TSA people, bro.
I think that they're showing, like, once we are literally seeing you do this, we don't care what name you have, what title you have, we're going to not only arrest you and lock you up and you're just going to get right out. No, you're going to spend the night here.
Oh no,
until we figure out how we're going to move forward with this situation.
That's crazy.
So obviously, the boyfriend isn't wanting to be a victim in this situation. He's clearly not wanting to press charges against her.
They love each other.
And, they caught up with him, and this is everything that he had to say about the situation and his feelings behind it.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just a sucky situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if, like, she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. And she has, like, things that she needs to work on for herself, of course. And so do I, so do you, like, everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just, like, extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if, like, I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like, I just look at, like, situations like this to just, like, take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you can do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and the human that God needs.
I want to time out for a second, right?
He's speaking.
You see, what made me want to talk about this is because I really didn't know what happened. I just saw the headlines like everybody else, if you saw them. And I saw that he voiced his opinion, but I never watched the video. I'm watching it authentically with you guys. And, in the comment section, it was full of, yes, that's how you stand behind your woman. That's how you protect a black woman. These are the kind of stand-up men that we need in our lives. Like, it was all of this adoration for this man, for Christian Coleman. And it was a little bit baffling to me. Because, of course, just me being in this space that I'm in and holding women accountable and the constant conversations that I have with you guys here on this platform, it just kind of like came into my mind, like, would she have the same grace if the shoe was on the other foot? Would people on social media who are viewing the situation have the same grace if the shoe was on the other foot? If he was going through something emotionally, mentally, whatever the case is, and he was pushing her in the airport.
Oh, no. Let's start the conversation right there. He's out of here. Go. Lock him up. Throw away the key. He's done. That man will never see the light of day. If this was him, how dare you? Oh, put your hands on the woman. Da, 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 da. Oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah, he would have did some time. If it was him, he would have definitely did some time. For sure. It'd have been more than a day, more than a month. For sure. For sure. So, I mean, yes, double standards, but let's be real.
And she was like, I don't want to press charges. Would people be standing 10 toes down like, yeah, that's how you ride for your man? No, they would not.
No,
They
not
will
at
be
all.
like, oh, she's a victim. This is coercion. She's trying to protect him because, if she's standing 10 toes down on what he's doing, who knows what he could be doing behind closed doors if this is what he's doing in public. Like, that would be the
Yeah.
whole portrayal of the situation. And I just personally believe, yes, people do deserve grace. Yes, people do go through things. But I think that it's a very sticky situation when you have women who are in these seats, who are inflicting any kind of harm or pain or whatever on somebody else, as they should not be, and people are coming to their defense and making it seem like, oh, we're going to protect you, or we're going to cover you, or we're going to have your back in these situations. I think that that is a very dangerous thing that is happening.
Yeah. No, for sure. She's right.
To be for his kingdom and for his.
She's absolutely right. The shoe was on the other foot. Oh man. Yeah, that whatever that brother had going on, ain't no coming back from that. Because Sha'carri put her hands on him publicly. And not to say that I don't know what they got going on behind the scenes, because he could very well be, what I'm saying, doing the opposite of that. But I think just from surface value, because what I'm saying, you don't really know these people, you don't know what they got going on and everything. But surface level, it well let's continue.
Glory, and so that's kind of how I look at the situation, and I hate the narrative too of just like, what I'm saying, it's so negative. But like I said, it's just like in the state of Seattle, even talking to the cop or whatever, he was just like, it really was nothing I could do, and just like I understood. But I mean, like I said, it was just a sucky situation. But she's a human being and a great person. And I feel like, what I'm saying, like we've been able to be like really good teammates like all year. And I hate that narrative too because, us coming together, like we're just two like real dominant personalities. And she's, to me, the best female athlete in the world. Like I see it every day. And like, for me in my process, like I just said, like moving training groups, a whole new environment, a whole new, training setup, different than what I've been in the past, like, 10 years in my, track and field career, and transitioning and then still coming back running 9.8 and feeling like I got so much more to give, like that's my path and that's my journey, and like being so up close and personal with her every day, and like I watch this girl like fall on the track like in February, walk it off like it was, like a cramp, but get back up and have to take like a month and a half of just like rehab and trying to come back.
Confused by compliance? User-centrics could...
Who you are as an athlete, who you are as a professional. I think people have a hard time understanding that there's two very different things. Like, yes, you can be extremely successful in your career and still be emotionally immature and still have, certain trauma or issues that rise up in you that you have to correct. But that's up to you to do that. And I understand the angle that he's in and the fact that he's in the same kind of, space. I also believe that he might have the know-how of, if he were to come out and speak against her, the backlash that he would possibly be receiving on that end as well. I think that he's also very mindful of that. But however, like I said, if this scenario was turned around, I don't believe that any woman that I've seen, I'm just gonna be honest, I think it'd be very rare if we would see a woman say, after he was publicly pushing her, if she wouldn't fall into the victim narrative, whether she really was a victim or whether she wasn't. I don't see that being the situation. And here he is, he's like, showing all this compassion and empathy and saying, it was a hard situation and he tried to get the police not to arrest her and like all these things. But again, I don't know if that would be the same situation if it was the other way around. Who's to say after she comes out from being arrested that she's not going to be upset with him all over again, and we're going to see a different narrative, based off of her wanting to, get back for the fact that she was in jail for 19 hours. Like, you just never know in that situation. And so it's just a very weird thing. And I have to say it again. Yes, I believe that people do deserve grace and empathy and all those things. But the problem is that the state and the air that we're in right now, especially when it comes to younger women, they genuinely believe that the world is supposed to bend to them. that they don't have to grow, they don't have to evolve, they don't have to be the best version of themselves, they don't have to strive for excellence, they don't have to try. And, you know, if I feel like this because emotions arise in me, you just have to deal with it. And that is not the truth, right? We all know life does not work that way. And if you believe that everything is going to bend for you, or people are going to bow down to you, or everybody's going to have to understand your pain, your problems, your trauma, you are sadly mistaken. And again, I think that that's what the police are showing her. Like, I don't care what's going on. I don't care if you had a hard time. I don't care if you were stressed out. I don't care about whatever move. I don't care about none of that. We're seeing you physically assault somebody, and there are repercussions for those actions. Same thing that happened with, you know, the whole running thing that she had going on when she was under the influence or had stuff in her system. Like, we hear you, and yeah, you were actively going through something. That does not, you know, change the fact that you broke the rules.
And come back.
And you gotta keep in mind, like, mind you, I'm not famous by no means or nothing, but like, you gotta take into consideration, like, these are real people dealing with real things, and they, like, say it was us, like, in the airport or whatever. I mean, how could I say this? They're living, they have their lives on Front Street. So, they make mistakes on the radar. Like, they, personal life ain't so personal no more. You get what I mean? You know what I mean? So, if you famous, you gotta keep that in mind.
Then 3 weeks later, like, have a competition, and like, you know what I'm saying, like, she just has a lot of things going on, and like a lot of emotions and forces going on inside of her that, like, not only I can understand, but, you know, nobody can, because she one-on-one, and I'm one-on-one too. And so I know everything is happening in God's plan, because obviously he's one-on-one. And so that's really the main focus and the thing that I just wanted to say. And I know that, like, it's been a tough journey for her this year, but she gonna bounce back. And like I said, I see it every day. She's the best female athlete in the world, and she gonna be just fine. She gonna be good, and I'm gonna be good too. So it is what it is.
You know, I don't fault him for, like, you know, not bringing up the fact that he, you know, whatever correction or whatever, but, you know, he's speaking to try to clear her name. In a sense, he's trying to, you know, correct the narrative and make it known that, like I said, publicly, that he's not this victim walking around. He's trying to fix it. I don't know if, you know, they got into some kind of situation because of his behalf, and then so that's why he's, you know, so quick to try to defend. I don't really know the ins and outs of the situations. But again, I do want to say that it does seem like a little bit of a pattern of, like, you know, what happened to her, like I said, of what she had in her system. And then everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is so unfair. You know, that shouldn't be happening. Look what she was going through. And then now this situation, she's arrested. They're like, oh my gosh, it's so unfair. Look what she's going through. Like, at what point do we say, okay, we understand that you have some stuff that you went through. We understand that, you know, you have your own traumas, like I said before, your pains, your drama, whatever the case is. But at what point do we say that that is your responsibility for you to work on? That's no one else's issue. That does not mean that you get to, regardless of any situation, put your hands on somebody else. Like, none of those things that you've gone through give you a pass to react in a certain way. And if you do, there are repercussions for your actions. And, you know, as much as people are trying to say, oh, this is not fair, they just trying to, you know, keep her down and out, they wrong for that and stuff like that. Again, there are repercussions for your actions. And it's very vital, especially in this day and age, in this era that we're in, that younger women understand that, you know, there is cause and effect. If you do this, this will happen. Because for so long, you know, women have felt like they are above reproach. They can do no wrong. They can say no wrong. They cannot be wrong. Anything that they do, they're allowed to do. And, you know, this is just because of my feelings, and I'm going to express myself in this way, and you're just going to have to deal. And that is not the truth. That's not the case. And we're seeing that. Celebrity or not, whatever situation or not, that's not the case. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this entire.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much it for the video. Yeah, man, it's tough. That's tough. I wish we could see like the actual footage of her doing it, but then again, maybe we should because it might hurt her image, their image at that. But you know what I'm saying? It's good that he stuck up for her, but you know, they could have did a lot worse. Just well, I don't even know. Hold on, were they? Go back up. Oh no, okay, yep. I see the hands. I see the I see you see the hands. Okay, yeah, that could have been a lot worse. It could have been a whole lot worse. Um, was just thankful um that she's okay. She gonna be okay. She gonna bounce back from this. You know what I'm saying? Both of them are gonna bounce back from this. Everything gonna be straight. Um, I truly believe that, and that they go together, they run together. I feel like they're gonna stay together. This is like just cool out on all that. And especially at them people airport. But please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Was she wrong? Was she right? Well, yeah. Just let me know what you think in the comments. About to start streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and yeah. Pull up to my Twitch, Kill So Cool. We out. Bye. Peace and bless.